Exercise these demons. Yeah, I'm here for one reason. Exercise these demons. Exercise these what? Exercise these demons. Said I'm here for one reason.
So I finally got around to replacing my Cobra Reflex bag. And as you can see, the bases are exactly the same for my sway bar. The only difference that I noticed is the position of the four pillars, the four bolts. This one is a lot more narrow, and the one on the Reflex bag has a much wider screw setup. But other than that, it's the exact same situation. And with this one, the original one that I had, I ended up having to replace it because it broke at the connection point the weld gave. And with this one, I see that they added these fins. So it's probably going to be a lot more stable. It's probably going to be able to take a lot more punishment, or at least let's hope so. But this is the reflex bar that I have, and that's been holding up nicely. But there's no direct pressure on the bar at the bottom when you're punching it because it's a reflex bar. Last time I did a bag of sand, which was only about 50 pounds. I think I had a little bit extra, so maybe 60, 70 pounds. This go around, I'm planning on putting two full bags of sand in there, so that should be 100 pounds total. What do you call it? I used a cutoff top from coffee creamer to make a funnel because the mouth of it is so wide. So I just chopped the top off and started using that to fill the sand. But I'm getting two full bags in there. Using the original one, I didn't I didn't fill it up all the way. This time I made sure to get as much sand in there as humanly possible. And now I'm just hitting it with the vacuum, getting the sand out of those screws. You have to get the sand out of those screw holes. Otherwise, your screws, your bolts will not seat properly. It's You're gonna hear that crunching. It's gonna be loose. So I just went ahead and got that out of the way right off the bat. This is one of the things that I learned after the first time that I bought one of these. So now that I got it filled with the sand, I got the majority of the sand off the top. Just wipe that off real quick. I got my plug in there, and now I'm ready to put that top plate on and start to secure that down. Get your holes lined up, and then all of the bolts that it holds with, they're all the same size. So you don't have to jump around looking for a bunch of different like wrench sizes and whatnot. I just hand tighten those, and then I grabbed a 14 millimeter, threw that on the socket wrench, and was able to tighten it down with no problem. It's not like when you're tightening the bolts on your car where you have to jump around and do diagonal. You could just tighten them all in a row. Like I said, all of the bolts are the exact same size, but because those have a taller like head on it, I used the long one, the long 14 millimeter, so that way I could put that on there and it's not catching, it's not pushing it off or anything like that. Because you don't want to end up stripping the bolts. There's really no reason to have to take them off, but you don't want to end up stripping the bolts. Once you got that down, you could screw in your adjustment screw. And for some reason, this was probably the hardest part. I don't think they bored the hole properly. But once you got that in there, it comes with your little pump, just like the other one. All of them come with a little pump. Mine actually came with two bags. They come deflated. You see it fills from the top. No big deal. Throw some air in that, and then you just screw it in from the top. None of this is rocket science, right? So now that you got air in it, you just put that on there, give it a couple twists, and don't over tighten this because you will destroy that little plastic piece at the bottom and you'll be screwed. You'll end up having to go over to the other bag like right out the box. So you just little snug, right? Little extra, and then that's it. Like I said, it's the exact same base. The only thing that kind of threw me off with this is it didn't have that cushion at the bottom, so the pole looks extra narrow, but it's sturdy. It's sturdy with that 100 pounds worth of sand in there. You know, I'm giving it good. You see, this time I actually put a glove on my hand because if you hit that plastic at the bottom, you're gonna be upset. And now you can see the base, like how much it moves, gives a little sway, but that's nothing. That's nothing at all because what I've discovered is you're not supposed to be destroying this bag. You're not supposed to be hitting it super hard.
I suggest you breathe easy. Get all mine from the gun. Yeah, I'm here for one reason. Exercise these demons. Exercise these what?